YouTube, I didn't want to have to say this. It's really looking bad, but I have some bad news for you guys. I think I might be an old head.
Few moments later.
So I was watching the new trailer that they dropped for Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, and I was so lit, I was so hyped, I was jumping around, I was screaming, I was going crazy. When my cousin asked me why I was so hyped, I told him, I was like, bro, do you not know what's going on? They just dropped the release for the new Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi game. Bro looked me dead in my eyes and asked me, what is that? He had the nerve to ask me, what is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi? My cousin is only 2 years younger than me, so it was kind of weird how he didn't know what it was. And it made me realize that a lot of people might not know about the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series or even the Dragon Ball Budokai series. So what's up, guys? It's Waffles. This really inspired me to make this video because I almost killed him. I almost RKO'd him off the top of a skyscraper. I'm not gonna lie to you, because that was disrespectful. It really was. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what you should expect in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 based on the old games. Make sure to like, comment, and share, and subscribe if you like videos like this, or if you never played Budokai Tenkaichi series and this video helps, make sure to leave a like, man. It really helps out my channel, and subscribe. Alright, you little toddlers, let's get right into the video. Once upon a time, before Goku could do 100% combo and kill you in one touch, before Bandai made you pay for DLC of story packs that should already be in the fucking game. Another story DLC? I'm tired of this shit. Babe, grab my credit card. And the craziest of all, Goku walking around with an AR-15 shooting Kamehamehas against All Might? Yeah, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know why they would do this. There was a time where Bandai actually finished their games and gave us great content, great features, and a stacked character roster. This series is known as Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yes! 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 Yes!
If you never played any of the old Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi games, here's what to expect for Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 based on all the old games. Alright, I'm going to go over all the games, but I'm going to try to keep it short and simple because these games actually have a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. Like in the Budokai Tenkaichi series, they actually put a lot of detail in the games and actually give a lot of good content. So I'm going to start off with the gameplay. Though the gameplay may look simple, even though it pretty much is for the most part, it actually has a lot of great mechanics in defense and offense. The combo system is fairly simple. Combos resulting in things like square, 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 triangle, or triangle, 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 square, that sort of nature. Super moves are easy to complete. They're like a 2-button combination, R2 triangle and up, or R2 triangle and down, so to speak. In this game, each character had skills. You had skills that will buff your damage. Skills like after image, when you punch a character it gives you a free dodge, kind of like a stock in Naruto. You had skills like solar flare, instant transmission, and even skills that will take you all the way to your ultimate gauge meter. Some characters had skills that were unique to their character, kind of like Goku had his Serial Energy with me skill. For his Spirit Bomb, it buffed his Spirit Bomb depending on how long you hold it. Holding down square will give you an armored charge up attack which will launch your opponent in the direction that you hold square. For example, if you hold square and down, it will launch your character down. If you hold square and up, it will launch your character up. This move could be followed up by a Dragon Dash, or a dragon chase, and followed up with a combo. You had many different ways to combo in this game. There was also a counter to this, being able to hold the block button and the direction that the opponent is holding square in will allow you to counter that opponent and do your own chase for your own combo, punishing them.
Yeah, boy.
Timing the block button right before certain attacks hit you could give you an instant teleport and allow you to dodge them. You can literally transform at any time to any different form depending on how much meter you have. This will alter almost everything about your character, even your moveset, kind of making it seem like you're playing a whole different character at that point. Battle damage is apparent depending on how much damage you take during the game. You will see battle damage on your character, and the battle damage for each character is kind of similar to how it was in the anime. Throws can be teched, so you can tech throws in this game. I know this is probably late, but this is a 3D fighting game, in which it's not a 2D fighting game like Dragon Ball Z Fighters. So you can fly around and go underwater and all that stuff like that. You can move around the area as you wish. You do have environmental destruction in these games. You can destroy buildings, and even in Ultimate Tenkaichi you could create craters, and Kamehameha waves and stuff like that will create large holes in the ground and stuff like that.
Holy, look at all this damage!
Doing certain ultimate attacks on certain stages could even change the whole stage, kind of like Planet Namek, going from Planet Namek to like the lava type Planet Namek when Goku was going against Frieza in the final battle. This game is very detailed and tries its best to be as similar to the anime as possible. Having things like Hercule fighting any opponent other than himself, they do not flinch due to the fact that he's so weak. Androids not being able to charge ki. Some androids being able to absorb ki like Super 17 and Android 20. Great apes not being able to transform unless the stage is night or the stage has a moon. The game even has character specific dialogues, kind of like the Mortal Kombat series, in which going against characters like Goku and Bardock or Goku versus Gohan, you'll get like unique intros and stuff like that and dialogues in the game. Pretty cool. And get ready to shred the fuck out of your analog sticks, because beam struggles are in this game. Yes, beam struggles. The infamous beam struggles, in which you have to spin your analog stick faster than the opponent to win, is in this game.
I'm fast as boy.
You can play as giant characters like Great Apes and Lord Slug. And don't worry, you can actually be good at the game and be better than somebody, even though the gameplay is kind of simple compared to Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
What the?
You can still be way better than somebody, but you can also learn the game easily as well. So it's kind of like a win-win. The gameplay is very good. In Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, you actually had a custom story mode with a custom character called Hero Mode, which allows you to do free roaming, kind of like in Tenkaichi 2 and the Budokai series games, where you can fly around the world and explore. Although the story was a piece of garbage, it was actually a lot of fun to play, because you actually got to do your mentors, and your mentors, you could get their aura, you can get their special moves, and you could get their fighting styles. Pretty cool, huh? This mode also featured boss battles and quick time events and stuff like that. In the Tenkaichi series, most of the games have an absolutely stacked, when I say stacked, I mean stacked like Legos. This because the story mode mainly went all the way from the Saiyan Saga all the way to the Buu Saga, and it also include all of GT as well and all of the movies. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 going as far as to include the whole Dragon Ball series, so you will have Dragon Ball going into Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and every single movie that ever came out. And they also added what if sagas, which gave you what if scenarios and side stories, kind of like the Dragon Ball Hero series, where they would do like grown-up Gotenks and stuff like that. The games also feature tag battles, tournament battles, team battles, etc. It actually had a good tutorial. The Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series actually had a good tutorial, and it actually teaches you how to do it, gives you demonstrations and everything. It's not like in depth with like frame data and all that stuff like that, because it wasn't online back then, but it actually has a good tutorial that teaches you how to play the game. I know that sounds kind of dumb, a tutorial, like a good tutorial, because a tutorial is supposed to teach you how to play the game, but this one actually goes in depth and actually breaks it down in an easy way to understand. This game had many skins. They had like pretty much every single skin that each character had in the anime. Literally had cool stuff in the game to where like you could actually fuse together. Like if you had Goku and Vegeta in a team tag battle, you could actually fuse them together to make one character. It was actually pretty cool. Most of the games had a Z history feature in which people who don't really know about the story or know about the anime could actually learn about each character and the story as it progresses. During loading screens, you will be able to play different fun mini games like making Goku eat a bunch of ramen, making Vegeta do push-ups, and making Gohan pull out Z swords. The game had modes like Battle 100 that were pretty hard and gave you hard challenges, so if you were a skilled player, you wouldn't get bored of the game, you actually had something to kind of grind towards or work towards to defeat. And that was the way to customize each character, giving them stat boosts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, I almost forgot, each game has a banging intro, a banging soundtrack, and has many different stages that also have lots of Easter eggs in it. And many battles in the story mode actually had alternate endings if you did certain things and met certain criteria. For example, Nail coming to help you defeat the Ginyu Force. Overall, the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series is one of the greatest gaming series in anime history. In my opinion, rivaling the infamous Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series, which is revered to be the best anime games of all time. If you were too young to play these games, or if you never picked them up as a kid, I suggest you get a PS2 emulator and go back and give them a try yourself. That way you can understand why Afro Sindri was screaming in his microphone when they dropped the trailer for Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi 4.
Whoa! Bro! Ain't no fucking way! Budokai Tenkaichi 4! Stop screaming! Stop!
Alright, I just want to let you guys know what the series was all about. I think a lot of people didn't really know what the hype was all about. And I just want to inform people because, oh my god, where were you doing? Where were you living when this series came out? If you was in your mama's stomach, somebody shoved a PlayStation 2 controller up her foot. You know what? It's Waffles. I'm out. Peace. These motherfuckers know that shit about shit. Wanna go play Fortnite? Give Goku a R15 to fly with Nimbuses and shit like that. Man, put Goku in the goddamn build machine. Man, shit.